Welcome back to the Weekend Scouter. In this episode, we're going to be making rainmakers. These were typically used in ceremonies as instruments to pray for rain. As of lately, they've become popular toys in the United States and are made in Cub Scouts. This one is made of a paper towel, but today we're going to take it to the extreme and make it out of 1.5 inch PVC. So please stay tuned. All right, here's a list of materials that you'll need for this project. An 18-inch, 1.5 inch PVC, either caps for the 1.5 inch or some cardboard to cover the ends. You're gonna need some barbecue skewers. You can get these at 99-cent store or Walmart. You need some BBs, corn, rice. What we're gonna use is BBs and some beads. You're going to need a 1/8 inch drill bit, some super glue, and some duct tape if you want to design yours and decorate it with duct tape. So what we'll do, we'll get started when we come back. Depending on how you guys want your rainmaker to sound, you have the two options that I talked about. You have the cardboard and then you have the end caps. I really like the end caps because they make it sound a little more less popcorn like. When you make these and you temp them, at the end of the sound you hear the pop pop pop. When you use the regular rain sticks that we made with the end caps, it just kind of subtly sits at the bottom. So it's your choice. Either way, all you're gonna do is take and glue the first end on like this. You can glue it around. Typically the super glue works really well for that. If later you're going to decorate it with some duct tape, you can just kind of cover it with duct tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use an end cap on my project for this. And then we're going to take the barbecue skewers from the holes I pre-drilled with a 1/8 inch drill bit, every 1/2 inch from the beginning of the end cap. So every 1/2 inch, you just turn it and you can drill a hole. So every 1/2 inch, you'll see all the way down the whole 18 inches, there is a hole. You simply take and stick the barbecuers through, and sometimes it can be a little difficult to get them through there. And make sure they're as flush as possible. You can take and sand them down once you got them through, and you can just break off the end. So that's what's really nice about the barbecue skewers versus nails or screws. And then you just kind of go all the way through. Once you're done with that, you'll have an image that I will put up right here to show you what it would look like on the inside. Okay, so we'll move on to the next step. Now comes our final step of construction, and that's adding the fill material. Again, we like to use BBs and beads that we picked up from Walmart. So what we do is, if we're using the cap, we do almost a full cap. I did a palm full of BBs, and then the rest are just the beads. So simply put in the beads and BBs, place the cap on, and glue both ends with some super glue. One of the things I like about these is they have really good sound. Okay. We also had a scout that brought airsoft BBs because they're soft and they're light. They gave a nice trickle through there. So if you had some airsoft BBs, you can go ahead and put those in, and it sounds awesome as well. One of the reasons why we wanted to go to the PVC, and it is a little more expensive than the cardboard, is the cardboard ones don't really last long. You make it out of PVC, it's going to last forever. But these ones, they break, and if you look at this, we can actually start seeing some of the skewers coming through, which, you know, then it's just a piece of cardboard at that point. This would be a toy, an instrument that will last a long time. So now that we got our material inside and buckled up with some glue, we come to the last step, which is decorating. The last step is decorating, and I wanted to be a little thrifty. So what I did is we had a bunch of duct tape left over from our rocket launch. So I gathered all the materials for that, and we decorated ours using a lot of the leftover tape and some feathers and beads we had from other events. As you can see, I made this one just to kind of symbolize the earlier one that was made. And then my daughter made this one. She's a 10-year-old Girl Scout. She went ahead and duct taped it, and she did this one on her own, and she added some beads. And then my Tiger Scout, Connor, he needed help with this, so I kind of pulled the tape off, and he stuck it on there. I kind of fixed a few of them, but and then he wanted to put beads on as well, so we strapped some hemp rope around there, some corded hemp rope, and he put his beads on. Again, I love the sound on these, and it's a souvenir and toy that will last for a very long time. So when I come back, we will talk about upcoming events and what's going on with the Weekend Scouter. Thank you. Okay, like always, you know, making a project with your Scout is a very memorable thing. That's another reason why I liked using the PVC, because my son will have this long into his life, and hopefully he'll keep it in his souvenir box that we'll be making in an upcoming episode. Some of the things that we'll be having coming up, we're going to make some archery stands. Pinewood Derby's coming up in January, so what we'll do is make a Pinewood Derby shelf, so what we'll do is once we get to those, we'll wrap those up, and I'd like to get information from you guys. So if you guys know of any projects that you want to see done, or maybe you have some hints, tips, and tricks for other little projects such as the Rainmaker, I'd much appreciate it. So please leave a like and a comment, and hit that notification bell to never miss a video. So thank you for watching the Weekend Scouter.